Hey, my friends, we are off to another live broadcast. And as you know, I'm smiling and laughing because I'm just so darn excited about this. And especially today, because we're going to cover something you see a little bit on the screen on the next to me here. But we're going to cover the awesome web universe of control of scripts. I call this the manage and deploy framework, pardon me. And this is so important because this belongs into the category of plumbing for your website, primarily pulling together all the code, the scripts, the essentially the pieces that allow you to track, manage, and deploy in one central location. I mean, imagine this, right? You are trying to set up Facebook retargeting. Well, you need the pixel for that. That's a piece of code, right? JavaScript. You need to track your analytics, Google Analytics typically, right? Well, there's a code for that. Same with Twitter, same with LinkedIn, same with Taboola, Outbrain, all these different third-party systems will want to put code on your website. Well, how do you do all that? Well, you know, what most people do, and most companies actually, even large ones that we work with, deploy these independently. And every time they need an update, they have to contact the webmaster and or they have to deploy. They don't typically have a good deployment mechanism, whether it be an FTP program that's done or through WordPress. And yes, there are third-party tools and plugins, of course, that can help handle all this, but ultimately it's messy. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Let's say that you are in the middle of a launch and you need to make a script update. Well, you know, for WordPress, for example, again, I mentioned there's plugins for this. But if you're going to deploy this each time and then go through the cycle of dev to staging to deployment, meaning live production, that's painful just to update a script, right? Well, we're going to talk about that here today in this presentation on the Chaos Call. And this is from Chaos Map Marketing. And as you have seen before, I flashed this up here. So it's a quick reminder for you to head on over to chaoscall.com if you want further questions answered, because we'll be able to do that for you there. We've been doing this for over 10 years now, and we help clients get these type of deployments out in the web universe in a great way. By the way, you'll see a picture of us of Spider-Man on here. Just saw that with the kids the other day. It was really just a lovely movie. But this idea that you're deploying all these strings out into the universe and not being able to track them, well, it's a challenge, right? For Spider-Man, it's not a challenge, but I couldn't think of a better way to sort of tie this in with the current events. And so again, what I'm going to do is turn this off again for chaoscall.com. If you're coming to me live here on YouTube, actually that'll be after the fact, or if you're looking me up on the podcast, you'll actually be able to hear me speak. You'll also see me, of course, on YouTube. So without further ado, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to explain this system and how it works. So this is the web script universe. As I mentioned, the challenges with the scripts, the control of these, and the deployment of these. Well, as you can see here, I have pulled in a graphic where you can see there's a Twitter platform. There's a LinkedIn or the LinkedIn platform, the Facebook platform, Google Analytics, AdWords. And over here on the right, I added the third-party tools and tracking scripts. As I mentioned, this is anything that you are wanting to track into your website that yields an analytic profile. That's what you need to put in there. So an example of a third-party tool, they're technically all third parties, right? But I'm sort of putting the top social media platforms and Google as number one, and third-party tools would be, as I mentioned, taboola.com, outbrain.com. There's many others that you can put on here. Well, again, it's a pain, but it is not painful if you just get organized. And you get organized by using something called the Google Tag Manager. It's a container system developed by Google that allows you to actually put all these scripts in one place. And it is way more than that, actually. You can really get technical here. So you can actually, once you deploy this, for instance, let's say you're deploying AdWords or Google Ads now in current day, and you're looking to kick off a certain conversion during a funnel movement, right? So a customer is moving or prospect is moving through the funnel, and you want to kick off a conversion point. Well, you can actually, instead of doing this inside your website and dealing with code and your webmaster, etc., you could just do this within Google Tag Manager. So you can tell the system essentially, hey, I want this conversion to happen at point 3, at step 3. And step 3 is a URL that basically is not your entire site, it's a specific URL, a page where that conversion actually happens. Easy to deploy. Now, here's what's really cool. Inside Google Tag Manager, you can actually preview this before you launch. And again, your webmaster does not have to deal with this. You, as the marketing person, can simply go in there, add the particular trigger point for that URL, check to see in preview mode if that's actually working, turn that off, and then deploy. You just add a descriptor, maybe a date and time, what that change was, and deploy. So it retains the history as well. It's a great control and management system for deploying all these scripts. And as you can see on the image here, I put together sort of the top tier scripts, third party, as I mentioned, Google Tag Manager. And here is simply just icons describing the types in the web universe, in the spider universe. There he is, the little guy. And so that could be Amazon over here, you know. Actually, this, depending on what you're doing, may or may not be something you want to include, because Amazon is its own animal. But anyway, you got Yahoo here. This is Yahoo Gemini, actually Oath, or now it changed again to Verizon. They renamed it just, I think, today or yesterday. Twitter. This is Outbrain, Taboola, YouTube, right? Tying into Google's universe, Facebook. All of these scripts can now be created and put into Google Tag Manager and deployed that way. And if you want any help with this, of course, as I mentioned at the top of this broadcast, we can do that for you. And the way that we do this is we jump on a call. It's chaoscall.com. I just flashed it up on the screen, CHAOS call.com. Or if you'd like, just put a comment below. If you're on Facebook, manage. That's all you have to type in there. And either myself or one of my guys is going to get back to you on that. So that's chaoscall.com. And, you know, what we do every month is we try and strategically tie this in with training that we're also pushing internally at the firm. But we have an expiration. So when you get to that page, chaoscall.com, you'll actually see a real timer. It actually expires. So you want to get in there and set up a 50-minute call. It's obviously no obligation either direction. Just want to help you there. And you can see what we're doing and how this might affect you. By the way, one thing I didn't mention is once you implement this control system, you'll be able to deploy that tag code once. So Google Tag Manager code gets deployed, and you push that out to all your pages on your website, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else, right? So no more tweaking inside the code. Now you're external to the systems, and you can manage everything in Google Tag Manager. And simply just type Google Tag Manager into Google. You'll find it under tagmanager.google.com. And you just need a Gmail account to get all of that going. And that becomes your new universe for controlling all this stuff. So that's what that is, and that's what I wanted to share here today. It's sort of a quick presentation, but it's an important one. And again, I hope you like this. Hope you share this and make any comments here if you'd like, so that we can get back to you and try and help you with this. And what I'm going to do now is I am actually going to come back on screen here, kind of half screen, and share with you that we're also going to be deploying some new Facebook training. And we're going to be pushing some of that out here to the live web, but we're also retaining that internally for some of our clients, but some unique training that we're considering making available for the public. So keep ahead of this by following us at chaosmap.com as the website. Jump on chaoscall.com for a quick 15-minute walkthrough. And then, of course, here on Facebook, YouTube, and on my podcast. So hope that was useful. Hope that was helpful. Certainly enjoyed making this for you. And I'll see you soon, guys and gals. Take it easy. Bye.